Vivo has been a dominant player in the offline market for a while now. However, their focus has been primarily on the mid-range segment until now. They've just brought out the X21 in India, which is their flagship product. It also happens to have a special USP that we shall talk about in this video. This is Sandeep from Rev Atlas. Let's get started. If you're looking for the fingerprint scanner, you won't find one on the front chin, nor will you find one at the back or on the sides. That's because the X21 is the first smartphone to feature an under-display or in-display fingerprint scanner. It'll work through the screen protectors even and is pretty accurate too. It's not perhaps the fastest scanner on the market, but we could probably give that a pass since it's the first implementation of an emerging piece of technology. It's known by the X21 UD moniker outside of India, but in India it's just the X21. Users get 128 gigs of storage along with 6 gigs of RAM, and the device is powered by a Snapdragon 660 octa-core chipset. The phone has a 6.28-inch Full HD display with an aspect ratio of 19:9. Seems like it shares the display with the OnePlus 6, which matches the specifications but prefers to call it Optic AMOLED instead of using the Super AMOLED nomenclature that Vivo is using for the X21. The bezels are pretty minimal, and while it does have a small chin, it's still much more minimal than most phones out there, and Vivo claims a screen to body ratio of 90.3%. And of course, being a 2018 smartphone, you would expect a notch, and it does have one. Like it or not, we'll have to bear with it for a while longer, at least until manufacturers are able to hide more components such as a fingerprint scanner under the display. Vivo has already done the fingerprint scanner bit, and their Epix concept also hides the front-facing camera. The phone is really compact in terms of footprint and is actually smaller than the S9 Plus by 3.5mm in terms of height, and is also a whole millimeter thinner. It's easy to handle and the build is pretty good as well. It'll be available only in a black color variant in India and comes with Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box with FunTouch OS 4 on top of it. At the back is a dual camera setup that consists of a 12MP f1.8, 1x2.5 in sensor size, 1.4 micron pixel size, and dual pixel technology. The secondary sensor that assists it is a 5MP f2.4 unit, and the front also has a 12MP f2 camera. The SIM card slot is located at the bottom, which is quite a different location for the same, and it's a hybrid dual SIM slot. Funnily enough, it has a micro USB port instead of a Type-C one, and it can be used to charge a 3200 mAh battery, which supports fast charging at 9 volts at 2 amperes. The Vivo X21 is quite an interesting device from a technological standpoint. Bringing an in-display scanner quite early to the market when most of the leading manufacturers haven't even announced it is a bold move. The pricing of Rs 35,990 is definitely on the higher side, considering that its sister company as well, OnePlus, is offering the latest device at the same price, but I guess that's where Vivo's offline presence will come into play. It'll be interesting to see how the phone fares in our review. We'll include a purchase link for the smartphone in the description below. Thanks for watching, see you again in the next one.